You got to automate those effects. That's what you got to do. If you're not automating your effects, then you don't know, are you really making beats? Are you? You got to automate, bro. What's going on, guys? It's your brother O.T.G. Charles Paris. The O.T.Gs for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today, I got a classic. I got the MPC1, the Super OG that just says MPC1 on it. Triple OG, Triple OG, MPC1 OG. I got that. I got the SP404 on the screen, but I'm not using it. We just using the MPC. I loaded up a drum kit from the Detroit pack from my Stimmy pack. Make sure you check that out down below in the description. Man, that O.T.G Stimmy pack's going crazy. And I got an app now. I got an app full of tips that'll definitely help you. And it comes with a PDF. When you download, when you buy the Stimmy pack or you buy the Masterclass, go ahead, go into the Masterclass folder, pull up the PDF, click that app. You'll see all kinds of stuff. Drum patterns, all kinds of things, right? So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab one of these samples from my track lib folder. You know, we're going to do a 3-track beat today. We're just going to do some simple drums. We're going to use a sample. I'm going to show you a quick trick of how to, if you don't want to chop a sample, the best way to just find a part of a sample to create a beat with using key groups. So we're going to use a key group and then we're going to use bass. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to automate my mutes, and then I'm going to automate an effect on my sample to utilize some changes from my sample. So right here, I'm going to go to my key group. I'm going to choose the sample from my sample screen 2. I'm going to find a pitch that I like. I'm not going to take too long. I'm going to hit my Q-Link button. Boom. And now I'm going to just mess with my start position. Messing with that start position, as long as the beat's playing and you got something going, you could pretty much find a sample pretty quickly to get it going. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to lay this sample down. You know, you see we had that whole sample. We could have went further, but I'm just going to lay down a basic idea. Boom. We got that down. We'll go to the arrangement. I'm going to select those notes. I'm going to edit the end because I want them to play it to the end. I don't want any gaps. So we select, we have everything played to the end. And now, let's go ahead and do some housekeeping. Name our tracks. Let's make a new track. Let's go ahead and load Subfactory. We're just going to find a simple beat. You know, I want to get this all done in under 20 minutes. You know, my main goal with my channel all the time is to just show you it doesn't take you hours on hours to get ideas done. If I keep it honest, it's just really you. There's so many ways you could get to it. You see, we just started with the step sequencer. You know, and most arrangements of music, the snare and the clap or whatever you're using goes in the same place. You could step sequence those things to get them up there quickly. Most of the time, if you're making music for people to rap to or some kind of rhythmic 4 on the floor and you're looking for consistency, you could go plant your bass notes using the step sequencer. That'll save you a lot of time from having to play it out. You can come back and play your hi-hats and everything else. I showed you the trick of just starting with a key group, grabbing a sample, throwing it in there, messing with the pitch and changing the start point. And then the only thing left is just to find the right key for your 808s or your bass and go crazy. So now that we have something like that, you know, I don't want that last note. I like to erase, power tip, I like to erase by pressing shift and then cut. Instead of trying to use the eraser to tap and get rid of anything, just shift and cut it. You know, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. Sorry guys, sorry. Sometimes I just get in my bag and think about rap and think of different songs, and I gotta pull it all together, okay? All right, so now we're going to stack up these drums. I like to stack up the drums or my clap or my snare because I like to do a variation on the floor with my backed up snare. And also sometimes I like to add a reverb from the sends from my from the drum effects to one of my snares or claps. Doing that, you know, I like to have one that's dry and I like to have one that's wet. And so that's part of the reason why I stack. I also like to stack my kicks. So then that way I can have a kick, one powerful kick that's kind of emphasized, and then the rest are kind of like ghost kicks or, you know, supportive kicks. You know, I also use multiple hi-hats. You know, so that way I could pan one, I could pitch one, I could hi-hat roll one, I could mute one and switch to just a consistent. You know, all of this is forward-thinking thought processes, all kinds of things that I cover in the masterclass, hours and hours and hours of beat-making videos, just like this. Turn on your MPC, start making beats. Utilizing that system, you can just stop, pause, see what I did, go follow what I pressed, and do the same, right? So now we want to get the volumes right, okay? So the first thing I want to do now is I'm going to add what is a plugin that people don't use much? What could it be? Let's use FlexBeat. Let's use FlexBeat. What we're going to do is we're going to start first. We're just going to pick the effect that we want to use. I'll dig further into FlexBeat. Right now, I just got my camera hooked up in a certain kind of way, so the screen's going to wide out. I don't really want to go too far into menus because what I'm showing you doesn't really need menus. This is just the first layer, right? So if you see this dry wet knob on the right hand side in quantize, you could turn on the quantize and it'll play the effect quantized, right? And then what you do is you turn on that dry wet knob. You can definitely control how much of the effect goes through, right? But you don't want to start automating yet. This is my tip to you. Maybe somebody else does it differently. I like to get my whole beat lined out. You know what I mean? Get my whole beat lined out. Once I have my beat lined out, got everything in place for the most part, that's where I come back and do automation. So right now, I'm setting this out to 64 bars. I'm utilizing the one track, one sequence method since we only got 3 tracks. Right now, I have my mute on. Right now, I have my mute on audio, but once I unmute these drums, I'm going to switch it to event. There are specific times when you use event and specific times when you utilize audio muting. Right now, for these purposes, just because we're going through the video, one-stop shop, we shooting through, I like to use event. I'm going to utilize muting the drums and the bass to create variations. I know right now you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so that effect. It's just doing one thing. When are you gonna fix it, O.T.G? That's my angry voice. You're gonna have to just sit through while we do this, get it all lined up, and then we'll come through and we'll fix it. Just how I started on this, make sure you start at 0 before you turn on your automation. If you turn your automation on before you get to 0, it's going to make a spot at whatever marker at whatever time period you're on the grid, and it's going to cause you some problems later. So when you are automating, unless whatever it is you're automating, you don't care if it doesn't start at 0, make sure that you start at 0. Also, while we're saying make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Man, you guys have been so supportive with my Gumroad store. Please keep supporting that. Check out that O.T.G Stimmy Pack. To me, that's the best value that I have over there. I am going to create a masterclass or a product for the MPC and the SP together. That is something that I'm working on very soon. I do have the interactive app and the guidebook that's taken all these different books and different things that I could find, put into a centralized place, extrapolated the best tips, and put them in the forefront, along with some other things like MPC sauce, 50 or 35 different drum patterns from your favorite songs that you can utilize, especially if you step sequence. 40 plus expansions, the whole progressions set up. Man, you get so much stuff, and that's what keeps this channel going and helps me to keep showing you my direct ways of making music and not have to fall into the rigmarole of YouTube producers who all show the same tips and do the same things over and over and over again. You dig? That's because we've built a community over here. And if you follow me on Twitter, 365 @CharlesParis. For my subscribers over there, I put these same videos up, and now you can talk to me and ask me questions directly if you are subscribed to my Twitter account. Now, we are listening through. The reason why I'm listening through and just letting it play this far is because I want to get familiar with how I want to automate. So now I just turn my automation on because I want that to play in the beginning, right? Let's start over. And so now what we're going to do is just focus on the dry wet knob of the flex beat player. You see how cool that is? So now what we're doing is creating another variation inside of a variation. Now with these 3 tracks, with the track mutes, with now adding this effect, coming back, automating the dry and wet. This is going to take a simple 3-track beat and turn it into something that has a little feeling and motion. Motion, that's part of what we are trying to create as producers. Motion, move forward, make you feel something, create movement. Start with the intro into a verse or a hook, move into a bridge, then into a second hook, then into a second verse, maybe a bridge there. It depends all on what you want to do, but these variations push the song forward. I don't like to create a bunch of filter sweeps and a bunch of different drums. You know, from my life experience of being in the culture, what I've realized is that people just like to rap on simple beats. It gives them room to grow into the music and turn a simple beat into their song. So a lot of times that's what people want. They want something that has a continuous drum pattern so they can fall into a cadence when they're rapping. Something that has a main sound that lets them know or gives them the vibes. Driving drums that feels like they can interweave their verses and drop them in there. And they want the ability to be able to expand, cut, and do things. So for me as a producer and me recommending to you, try these 3-track beats, try more minimal beats, especially if you're trying to place with rappers or artists. You know, they're not producers. They don't give a damn about us automating effects or none of that. They don't care. They don't care what went into the beat. They are producers of words and songs, and so they're trying to do their job. We have to do ours. Okay? Okay. So now I'm just going out and checking how much longer I have to automate. And you know, you could just go up and down, and you could do this with any effect on the MPC. Any effect on the MPC. You gotta use that automation, bro. If you're not automating at the end of your track, are you really even making beats? I say yes. But for video purpose and being funny, we're gonna say no. No, you're not making beats if you don't understand automation. I do think that all of you guys should go through your effects. Just open up a random beat and go through all of the effects. See what turning the knobs extreme does, so you can have a mental note and have experience hearing what that effect does and how it changes. So right now I'm pumping up the drums a little bit. You know, also the MPC guide, the O.T.G guide, you can get it with the Stimmy pack. You can get it from my Gumroad. It has an effects list and gives you an explanation or a brief description of all of the plugins that came with the MPC. Something else to help you out. So, you know, right now we're going to go through our drum effects. I always tell you guys I pick my sounds first. I get everything together. The drum kit came from Connect Gardens. You know, an expansion I made that's in the spirit of Native Instruments, Connect Gardens. I chose some old-ass sample. We did that. We chose bass. We threw on a flex beat. We automated our mutes. We came through with our drum effects. We pumped up our drums. And then we automated. We automated our mutes. We automated our flex beat. And now we got a 3-track beat that sounds pretty cool. And it's a great starter. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. You gotta use that automation, dog. Automation, use it. MPC. It's your brother, Charles Paris. Big O.T.G.